Hi everyone. Hope everyone's happy, healthy. That's a really good start to start a conversation. Literally cough straight away. Have you had this as well, Josh, where you're in the supermarket and literally you want to sneeze and it's just a normal sneeze, but you hold it for like 10 minutes. I feel
No,
like
I was like that around clients like the week before lockdown. I was like, I really need to cough, but I don't want to lose a client here. So
yeah. Just a fear-based system. That's all it is. Anyway, I hope everyone's happy, healthy, well. I would love to. Well, I'm really excited to go through this chat today because we've got Josh. Josh is the owner of Strength Positive, which is a gym in Rotherham. He's my coach, and he works with me to help different boxers, professional athletes, and mainly though the community based around him to get stronger and feel more positive about fitness and exercise. So today, very, very excited to get Josh on the call because we're going to talk about how to make your perfect workout at home. Realistically, we should have released this video like 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, but we've only just got around to doing it, so apologies to everyone there. So I'd like to welcome Josh. Hi.
hey, yo.
So yeah, so Josh, to start with, how are you finding keeping motivation for your clients at this time and everything? Because obviously you've been working with hundreds and hundreds of people over the last few years, and obviously you're still in contact with them, and they're still trying to work towards their fitness goals.
Yep. So the first thing that I say, my throat's going again right at the beginning. The first thing that I usually say to everybody is forget about motivation, because motivation is something that will come and go. I know you've spoken to a few people about on this subject already, but usually what will carry people through times like this, what I've found, what works and what helps with me is routines, habits, and rituals. So now we've gone from going 100 miles an hour every single day for some of us, with dropping off kids at school or going to work, commuting, and then after school stuff and things like that, and slowing it right down to just being at home, is trying to get some kind of routine set at home so that instead of putting off the exercise, you know that everything is set up ready there to go, so you can just walk in, get it done, and then get out and get on with the rest of your day. Similar to what people would have done before, coming straight from work, training, and then going home for tea and to the family. So it's not necessarily keeping motivation up with people. For me, it's more about trying to instill daily habits and routines into the new normal and what has become normal now.
This is such a big point because the normal, like we're in such unprecedented times. The normal's not normal now. Everything's changed.
Yeah.
So I know for me, trying to get work done or trying to work towards something, it has to be set times. It has to be like, we get up, we go downstairs. It's this, the baby. Things have to work in set motion. If not, things slip. I think that's human nature, really, isn't it? So
Yeah, definitely not. Go on, sorry.
no, I'm going to say. So what are your? Because I know you've written a blog recently on this. How do you try and help people set up a routine for home?
So home training is, for the people that have trained with me in person, it's completely different because, they're used to being told exactly what to do. And now it's kind of semi being told what to do, in that I'll give them a plan, but then it's down to them to execute it on their own. So the first thing I would say is just keeping it as simple as possible, not trying to overcomplicate things, not worrying about losing what you may have achieved up until this point without maybe certain equipment that you don't have anymore, but just keeping it as simple as possible, really, to keep yourself moving and not, do any harm to your body in being inactive all the time, which sitting, most of the day, I'm sure you'll know in the profession that you do, sitting is a killer. So it's just keeping it simple enough for people to, one, know exactly what they're doing when they're going, and two, enjoying it and getting it out of the way.
So what are the big 3 points then to construct something for a workout?
So, I mean, constructing a physical workout, or
Say if we're trying to do like a mini circuit, people don't like using circuits because it puts the word circuits, so it puts them off. But like a home exercise plan a week, how does somebody actually start building that into a routine? Not into a routine, but building a routine for working all those areas and stuff.
okay. So first of all, you have to be realistic. So I would recommend, if you're creating a full routine for your week, is look at the gaps where you can actually exercise and how much time do you have a bit available and how much time are you willing to give to that. So it's generally better to start off with shorter workouts. So if it is that, you're still quite busy, but you can fit in 2 20-minute sessions through the week, then that's better than nothing. So within those 20 minutes, what do you want to achieve? Do you want to work on mainly, cardiovascular health and fitness, which would mean, the intensity might be a little bit higher, or the exercise might be constant with lower rest? Or would you want to work on muscle definition, strengthening certain areas of your body? Then you would go down the route of trying to work more with weights, and progressing every time you step into the gym or into the training area by either maybe increasing the weights, refining your technique, or manipulating your rest time and things like that. So, as I was saying before we jumped on this call, I don't want it to go down a big rabbit hole of training, because I can talk for hours on different training variables. But a good thing to cover all bases. So if I was to give somebody who I don't know, who I have very little information on, a training session, and it was I would put it circuit based. So I would have it timed. I would maybe do 45 seconds exercise and then 15 seconds rest. Or if that wasn't enough rest time, you could do 30 seconds exercise, 30 seconds rest, just to allow yourself to recover. And then pick one exercise for your upper body. That could be something like a push-up variation. If you have bands, it could be a band pull or a band raise. So I'd have an upper body exercise, I'd have a lower body exercise, something for the legs, the glutes. Could even be a stretch, if stretching is something that you want to prioritize. And then I would have an exercise for the core, so for the abdominals.
I think you've nailed a point which a lot of people don't realize, which is, I think when people go and start exercise, or generally just in a normal gym and don't have one-on-one sessions, they just think that they're going to be doing everything. But if it's not really targeted to them or to what their goals or mindset is, you're not really going to achieve what it is. I mean, I always recommend anyway, that if anyone is starting to train, to have one-on-one and actually have specific contact time for someone to plan something out. It's you can't put a price on it. It really, really is something that I feel that everyone who's just going to a gym should do. And I'm not being funny, but when the normal gyms go, you'll have a free PT session, it's not the same. It really isn't the same to target it to what it is. So if anyone's out there and is trying to think, coming out of lockdown or this is a change, is to go and want to start doing fitness, go and get somebody who can physically work with you and get it strategically planned to you. Which is absolutely huge. So
even I have a coach myself, and sometimes people say, well, why do you have a trainer yourself? And it's because I have the same problems that everybody else has. Yes, I might know a little bit more, but it always helps to have somebody else looking in on what you're doing, because they'll see things that you don't. And if there is anybody that's watching this that maybe isn't even local to Rotherham, I have quite a big network of personal trainers around the country that I know of, that I can recommend easily. So if you are looking for a personal trainer pretty much anywhere, I'll do my best to find somebody that can, help you.
Cool. So that's an interesting one. What are you doing to work out at the minute? How are you strategically planning your own fitness at this time?
My own training. Well, luckily I've got my own fully equipped facility.
Yeah, amazingly.
Yeah. But what I have done is, I won't go too much into my own training. I've done different types of training before. Strength, for hypertrophy, body transformation was a more recent one. I did like a mini transformation on myself, along with a 8-week camp that I was running at the time. So I did it along with the guys I was training, which is a lot of fun. But my own training, I'm just keeping it as simple as possible at the minute. I'm a little bit out of my regular routine of training 7, 8, 9 people a day to now doing everything online. So, yeah, I'm keeping it as simple as possible. I'm training 3 times out of 5 days, giving myself a couple of days off. And I'm doing a hell of a lot of walking, more walking than I've ever done, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that. I genuinely think that there's more people actually getting out and taking the time to do something at the minute. I think it's just been confined to a certain space, but we see so many people running now that we never used to see, or people wandering around the streets. It's pretty cool to see. It's really, really cool. And that's the point, for to start training as well. It doesn't have to be big, impactful exercise, as long as it can just be to a nice start, movement, nice slow pace, just to get the body going again. What things would you look out for if somebody is like, right, this is it, I'm going to start now, I'm going to transform? What are factors that you think that you have to look out for to make sure, as a coach, make sure they don't overdo it or burn out? Or obviously you said planning time and specificity, but
yeah. So somebody who's wanting to transform the body, you mean, or
you just fitness, just start back into fitness again.
right? Okay. Well, the first one that springs to mind right now is your current health situation. So, do you have symptoms of, the dreaded C word? Are you coming off the back of an illness? Is it the right time for you to go full throttle? Or like you said, do you have to slowly build yourself back up? So it's looking where you are at now and just being realistic, really. Have you been out of exercise for 2 months since lockdown, or since you last did PE in school 30 or 40 years ago? So it's looking at the current sort of situation, what their actual goal is. So I work with the person that's in front of me, what you're telling me. A lot of people say, well, I want to drop body fat. I want to lose body fat. And then you think, well, why do you want to lose body fat? You need to have a reason why you're telling me what your goal is. So, you talk to people and they say, I want to lose body fat. Well, everybody wants to lose body fat, but what is the real reason? And for some people, it's, they get tired going up the stairs, or they're playing with the kids and they're getting out of breath, or they feel, I've had people that say that they felt physically weak and they cannot protect their children if it ever came down to it. So everybody has a different reason for exercise. And what I like to do is find out what is the real reason behind it. And then once you get that, that is your motivation. And we spoke about motivation at the beginning. When they think back to the real reason why they're doing it, it becomes so much easier to sort of create a clear pathway for what they actually want.
Yeah, we always say in practice as well, the problem is never the problem. So if somebody's coming in for, say, like low back pain or whatever else, it's never really the low back pain that is the thing that's getting them down. It's what that's stopping them from doing. And without actually holding that concept, I think, especially when people are working towards something, it doesn't anchor them. So having that in your mindset constantly is a big tool that people can leverage to get where they need to be. Like, it's huge. I know you've worked with me on that as well. And for me, it's been making sure I can still provide high level care to people without my body breaking down when I'm using a lot of energy on you guys. So yeah.
Well, if you can't look after yourself, you can't look after other people.
as usual. So, me and Josh are going to be doing a live workout tomorrow. When I say that, Josh is going to be doing it, and I'm going to be on camera crying like a baby because we haven't done fitness for a while now. It is a live stream. There's going to be a link going out. It's already come out in the emails. There'll be a link on this video as well. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've already got a lot of people turning up for it, and a lot of our team members are going to be on the call as well. I think even with the kids, it's all going to be good fun. So what can we expect tomorrow? What are you going to be putting us through, Josh? What are we going to be looking at, and why are we doing the sort of things that we're going to be doing?
So this is basically as I said at the beginning, the reason you need a reason why. This is to give you a sort of ideas on how you can do your own home training sessions. And again, I said at the beginning, we're going to keep it as simple as possible. And a lot of people will probably be surprised at, I'll tell you a certain exercise to do and you'll think, well, that looks pretty easy. But then the next day, if you've been sat down on the couch watching Netflix for the past 2 months, it might be a big surprise. So it's going to be simple. Anybody should be able to do it. There'll be progressions and regressions for any exercises. It'll be predominantly body weight. Well, it'll be all body weight, so you won't need any equipment. But if you do have any equipment for extra, loading of certain exercises, then have them by your side ready.
Because you're going to vary it as well for different people. So if we do one exercise as a group, then you're going to be able to change it in case somebody can't get into that position or whatever it is. So there'll be a couple of variants to make sure everyone on the call is going to be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I might even just pick on you and make you do all the hard stuff.
You can, don't please, but you can if you really want to. I'm sure people will love that anyway. I could just see the glint in your eye. That's the fun bit right there.
It'll also be pretty cool because I've trained quite a lot of your staff members anyway, so
yeah.
it'll be good to see where they're at the moment.
Oh, God help us all. Yeah, but there's definitely, I think as well, I'm really excited to get on the call as well and get everyone together virtually, just on the basis that there is power in the pack as well. And I think that's one thing that I missed is having people in empty practice, which has been ideal. And I'm sure you're the same. So I think a live workout's going to be good, cleansing for the soul as well, even if it's for going to probably make me embarrassed and sweat beyond all redemption. But nevertheless.
Nah, you'll be all right. Your body probably needs it at this point.
Love it. So, like I say, that's going on live tomorrow at 10:30. The link's going to be in the description. We're going to be emailing the link out as well. If you want to find out any more, and like Josh says, even if you're looking for a coach that's not in your area, there's a massive network behind Josh, and it is such a huge thing to elevate and the next level, step up your fitness level. It's just incredible. So thank you ever so much for jumping on the call, Josh. Can't wait for tomorrow. And we'll see you then. Is there anything you want to sign off with? Facebook and Instagram is @strengthpositive for Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one word. I'd just like to say thanks, Tom, for having me on in front of your clinic community. I do appreciate your friendship, and what a lot of people don't know is that me and Tom work closely together with referrals. So he sends a lot of people towards me, and I send a lot of people towards him, and it's worked brilliantly over the past 2 to 3 years. So
we build them back up, you break them back down, mate, and vice versa. I haven't worked it out yet. What happens? See you guys.